You find yourself once more alone in a wagon. Your head no longer aches. It appears the split is over. Hopefully for good. That was unpleasant. As you gather yourself, you prepare for the next loop. Things have changed. Those strange new cultists, that horrifying monster. The one that killed the doctor. It was unfortunate that it ended as such. You were sure that you would be close to victory had she not fallen. But no matter. There's always the next round, and the flame of hope burns bright. If the world keeps changing, perhaps there is an end in sight. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Loki Oren, and we are back in Darkest Dungeon 2. And today we're going to be taking out a different formation. We just finished Point Blank Inspection and Honor Among Thieves, both of which I will be revisiting. But I wanted to finally get around to a suggestion offered by Larther. So thank you, Larther. But they recommended that I should check out a formation that's really kind of... oops, no. Play Doctor's already in. It's, who's the last one? No, it's not Grave Robber. Oh, is it Alhazred? There it is. Yeah, there it is. So thank you, Larther, for suggesting this formation, Cause and Effect. Larther's recommendation was, hey, with the trinket changes, now with the cultist changes, it would be really interesting to play a formation that's really all over the place and really using a lot of different skills. And yeah, I think Cause and Effect is quite like it. So let's talk through the formation. Or at least our individuals. So first of all, we have Bonnie rocking her orphan runaway path. I have nothing, and so I have everything. Orphan is is the new path. This is going to be my first playthrough with it, but I do quite like its direction that it gives Bonnie. Basically, the further back you are, the more fire you do. The further forward you are, the more damage you do. And Firestarter gives crit tokens on yourself. This is going to be quite good. The minus 20% max HP is kind of painful, but we can live with that. She's a Tangle Scrounger, so going to the Tangle's good, but she is off guard, which is quite bad. So we're going to have to get rid of that trait. But we are going to plan to have her in the back rank and more or less stay there. We'll probably keep Run and Hide for right now, but I do want to make sure we have... Where is there another one that was... No, is it? It's just Firefly, yeah. So Firefly is going to be dealing, if she's in rank 4, it's going to be dealing 5 rounds of burn. Or no, it's plus 2 burn. She's going to be doing 5 burn base and 7 burn if above. So yeah, lot of fire incoming. Next up is Saramenti the Jester, who is a soloist. So again, this is going to be a very low HP run, but a ton of extra damage output with bleed-causing skills, though he is a little bit slower. He is sneaky, though, which is countering that a little bit, and he likes to... sneaky and kleptomania feels like a natural extension here. So... yeah, so we'll slot in... we probably want Harvest over... probably over Battle Ballad. Do we want to try to get like Encore in? I don't know. There's a couple different ways we could build this. We'll leave it like this for now and then kind of think about it later. Next up is Alhazred, who has Amnesis mastered as an apprentice. And this is actually kind of exciting because he is going to be, at least some of the time, in the rank where he gets to do Amnesis. So this is going to be a massive bleed formation. He's also in position where Sacrificial Stab is viable. So we do have quite a bit of potential here. So we'll set him up like this with Chaotic Offering and Amnesis rather than Burning Stars. We're gonna be doing a ton of bleed damage. A Fodder Scrounger and Toon Hummer. And finally, and this is going to be the key facet here, the Plague Doctor Paracelsus as a Surgeon. So we can go ahead and just ditch these skills that she's never going to get to use and put in Cause of Death and Indiscriminate Science. And yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. And she is also sneaky, but she does have a lazy eye, which is not going to be super relevant here. So yeah, let's dive in. The first thing that I should be upfront about is I'm going to play through this run on Denial. And the reason for that is, even with the Surgeon, Plague Doctor, and the Jester, this formation, I tried an earlier run that was not recorded, and what I was finding was this formation does not have the damage output, like the actual damage output to deal with the Seething Sigh. It cannot reliably deflate the lungs. And if the formation can't deflate the lungs, frankly, it can't beat the Sigh. You need to be able to at least reliably deflate a lung. So, yeah, unfortunately, we're going to, I don't know if it's unfortunate, we're going to play through Denial on this one, because I think that's where the formation's going to go. But we are going to try to mix in some of the other skills. I'm definitely going to experiment a bit with Saramenti and some of his other skills. The run where I played not recording, Saramenti was actually an intermezzo, so his all of his song skills were causing bleeds, which was quite interesting. But anyway, I've sort of digressed. Let's talk about the formation in a macro kind of sense. So let's talk the big three first of all. Stress, health, and damage output. So first of all, stress. We have I think objectively the best spike stress healer, Saramenti. I don't know if that's really even disputed. That might not be much of a hot take. Saramenti is the best stress healer for kind of spike. We don't really have AoE stress heal, but from what I found, I think that's a little bit less of a problem than having the -3 stress that Saramenti brings. I think that's going to be quite ample. From a health perspective, healing perspective, we have both the Plague Doctor and the Alhazred the Occultist. So we have all of the possible healing options available. Cause of Death. So with all the healing in the game, basically, this formation has quite high healing output, which is very good because, as you may notice, it is lacking any sort of tank. We don't really have anyone who's taunting. We don't really have anyone who's doing much in the way of... oops, meant to hit him, but not the corpse. Not going to matter, though. We don't really have a tank, so, and particularly with a soloist and an orphan, we really going to need that healing output. Oh, a pig. Very nice. Poggers for the pig. But yeah, and then finally, damage output, and this is where this formation is very interesting. It has a very high potential damage output, but that damage output is entirely in the form of damage over time. Saramenti is the only one of these characters that really does a ton of, at least in this formation, does a ton of actual direct damage. Whoa, sorry about that. So, unfortunately, in the recording process, the footage from this here on ended up messed up, and I had to basically quit out and revert to here. So the result is that having to re-record this footage after the fact, not that a whole lot's changed, but to kind of wrap up, I think, the point I was making, the damage output of this formation, Saramenti's providing the bleeds, we've got the burns from Bonnie, the bleeds from Alhazred with Amnesis, and we're just really not very well equipped to deal with the Sigh, even though the damage output is still quite high. But anyway, let's get into our inactivity here. So first of all, let's roast pig it up. Bon vivant is always nice to have. And then, I guess we may as well do playing cards first. Okay. Let's see. Apples and cheese probably on Saramenti for the biggest health buff. Stale bread on Alhazred since he's in the front. And slime mold on Paracelsus because she's got high disease resistance. And there we go. Let's check our provisioner. Like I said, we are going to the Chains of Denial, so clarifying poultice is probably the only thing we want out of there. Go to the Wainwright, get our stew pot ticking. Hopefully it'll actually produce something. And let's check where we're going to go. So we've got a bit of a choice here. We've got the Tangle with Blood Moon and In the Light for 2 mastery points, or the Fodder with extra academics caches and Patrol 4 road battles for a mastery point. Now, this is tricky. Both of these are doable. We have, if memory serves, we have both a Tangle Scrounger, yep, and I think a Fodder Scrounger, so there's no, like, obvious benefit to go one way or the other here. All these trinkets are bad. I'll just get rid of them all. So it's really kind of, the world is our oyster. In the Light is somewhat doable. For 2 mastery points, that's quite a bit. So is 4 road battles, though. So it's really a question, do I want to fight the Harvest Child? Or do I want to fight the Dreaming General? Choices, choices. Both of these bosses are easier than the Leviathan, but they both can be scary. The Dreaming General, the Dreaming General has recently apparently become a lot more dangerous because of how high his stress output is. And the stress output of, you know, all the cultists now really amps up the damage of the Dreaming General. But in the end, the Harvest Child's still just scary. But could be fun. I guess thinking about the trophies, so it's either, you know, health and lower death blow resistance, or or inventory space, or locked in place, which we don't want to really do with a formation that likes to dance this much, or trinket prices. Both kind of you know what? I've probably been a coward for too long regarding the Harvest Child. I think we can do it. Let's check. Let's go to the Fodder and check debuff resistance. 20, 35, 40, 20. Debuff resistance is a little on the low side. Do we have anything that can fix that? No, we do not. Oh. We do have the Jester though to move people. So, you know, basically, we have a chance. Ooh, we could upgrade Indiscriminate Science and see if that... I don't know if that actually eats that token or not. Could be very cute, though, and it is a lot of healing. Yeah, you know what? Let's do something a bit different here. Because the alternative would be, like... Firefly would be a ton of damage. I mean, that would be doing 7 from her current position, 7 burn a tick. Or we could obviously do Inspiring Tune. Inspiring Tune is always good. It's never not good. Amnesis is already upgraded, which is very fun. I don't actually know if Indiscriminate Science can eat that debuff or not. I think it can. So this could be kind of cute. On the other hand, we could just go the raw damage output. Kind of gamble and just go, how much damage can we possibly do to this thing? We do have Cauterized, too. Yeah, I still think we go for the damage output here. But I do think Indiscriminate Science could be quite the fun thing here. But let's lock it in. We're going to go Firefly, and we're going to head into the Fodder. So thank you all for watching. Tune in next time as we take Cause and Effect, as suggested by Larther, into the Fodder. And hopefully the Harvest Child doesn't beat us up too bad. Until next time, see ya!